4 years ago or 5 years ago, I don't remember, me and a few friends of mine had a very heated discussion about a very specific doner kebab in a very specific city. We will go to that city in the future, inshallah. But on that trip, I started calling us the Kebab Boys, and it kind of stuck. We started using the term the whole trip, and even afterwards in WhatsApp groups, we used to keep calling ourselves Kebab Boys, Kebab Boys. And we thought of making the show where we travel the world, go to different cities, check out, do some research. What do people think are the best kebab shops? And we're gonna check out all of the shops. Fast forward to today, nothing has come out of it. Obviously, like so many good ideas. But you know what? I thought to myself, screw everything. Let's start the show. Let's start Kebab Boys episode 1 right now. And where better to start the show than in Istanbul, Türkiye? While editing this video, I realized this map that I'm showing you right now doesn't really put anything into perspective, but I'm too lazy to change it. It took me 2 whole months to even sit down and start editing. Anyways, this is my friend Steven, and it just so happened that he was in Istanbul at the same time as me. Istanbul is a very special city, and the most unique thing about it is that it is divided between 2 different continents, Europe and Asia, and it's split clean across the Bosphorus Strait, which we crossed on the ferry. The first spot we're gonna check out is Bayramolu, and it's the only spot on my list on the Asian side. It's a bit of a trip from the main touristy areas, but if what I've heard about this place is true, then it's absolutely gonna be worth it. After settling down, me and Steven got back up to check out how they make the food. And let me tell you something, these guys, they love to put on a show. If they see a camera on them, they put on a show. From top to bottom, you have one thin slice of meat. And I don't even want to talk too much. Just take a look. Now watch him throw down the meat like blah. We're sitting here, and the best part about this is that I think we're the only tourists. We're the only people not local, which is a very good sign. I mean, come on, man, just look at this. Look, I don't even have a script for this. This is just so beautiful, and I wasn't appreciating it as much when I was there as I am now, looking back at the footage. It was, even though it was so thin, it was crispy and still juicy. It was so crazy. And look at me trying to eat. I don't even know how to react. But that's a good sign. The worst sign is when I have no reaction at all. But if I have this weird look, I don't know how to react. This is the best sign I can give you. I don't know how to describe food. I'm not a food reviewer, but this restaurant only has one dish. You can either have it pre-rolled in a wrap or get it open like this and wrap your own sandwiches. So make sure you don't eat all the tomatoes and cucumber salad that you get, because it's supposed to go inside of your sandwich. They kept bringing us more bread, so make sure you take full advantage of that and roll yourself a nice dürüm döner. And every time you eat Turkish kebab, make sure you get yourself an item. That is essential. Okay, so was it worth it? First of all, if there's any kebab shop with a kebab on top of the building, you have to go. You just have to go. That's the rule. It was unlike any kebab that we ever had. It didn't taste like kebab meat. It didn't have any sauces, and it felt as pure as you could go. Is it worth the journey though? Yes, it was very good. It was amazing. You know what? Yes, it is worth the journey. It is a very welcome trip outside of the touristy areas. If you spend all your time in Istanbul in that one area with all the historic sites, then you're missing out. Make sure you come out here. It took us an hour to get there from the historic center of town, and let me tell you something. Istanbul traffic is madness. It's crazy. So make sure you take the tram and the metro as much as you can and avoid buses during peak times in busy areas like the plague. Taxis are okay, but we got stuck a couple of times, so definitely tramways are your best friend here. The next day we went to the historic center of town for the next kebab because I have no idea how food YouTubers eat that much food in a single day. I'm not built like that. Our next spot is Dönerci Şahin Usta, a true hole-in-the-wall spot with another hole in the wall right next door with some standing space for patrons to come and enjoy their kebabs. This friendly guy, man, I have seen him in so many videos. Look at what he's doing, man. This is pure love. The bread absorbing all the fats and the juices from the meat. Here's the price list. Quick, pause the video. The unique thing about this kebab is that they put the meat and vegetables on the bread and then just fold the bread. I've never seen a kebab like this. Just instead of opening bread and stuffing it, they just fold the bread. And I think that's beautiful. I realized I didn't even film my first bite. Amazing. Man, look at me trying to do something here. Trying to record something with the light source behind me. Trying to show you some detail. But yeah, bro, this bite, oh, I'm telling you, this was the bite. The bread was fluffy and soft. The meat was flavorful and crispy. It was just the right amount of balance between all of the ingredients. And definitely, again, every time you eat Turkish kebab, you have to get yourself an ayran. Again, no sauce, just meat, bread, tomatoes, onions, a couple of herbs, as pure as you can get. The following day, before going to the next kebab spot, we went to tunnel, or literally tunnel in English. I wasn't gonna show you too many touristy things in this video because I wanted to keep it strictly kebab, but I got some decent footage of this, so here we go. Inaugurated in 1875, tunnel is the second oldest fully underground subway system in the entire world. It goes back and forth between one station at the foot of the hill, the Karaköy station, and one at the top, Beyoğlu station. The incline was insane, so I do understand why people built this back in the day. The next spot we went to was Karadeniz Döner in Beşiktaş, another historic dinner shop. We went in the early afternoon, but if you come around the time they open, you will probably see the biggest döner kebab rotisserie in all of Istanbul, at about 100 kilograms every day. They fill it up with a decent amount of meat, so that's good. Price list, pause the video. And again, don't forget your ayran, it's essential, I'm telling you. Let's have a look inside. And again, guys, simple is the key. Bread, meat, tomato, peppers, no sauce again. Let's try it. Here we go, first bite. Little to no reaction, not a good sign. I had to pepper it up with some pickles. It made it a lot better, but still, like, the best thing about it was the meat. I mean, it was filled up nicely, so you had a lot of really nice bites, but it did not blow me away. While the other two were much more thinly sliced, this one had bigger chunks of meat. And it was very flavorful, but I think the other two, even though they were thinner, were more flavorful. The bread here, which, well, it was nice, freshly made, but a little bit dry after a while. And I think that this one is the first one that could have used some kind of sauce. If you're in the area, definitely check it out, but I don't think you should come out all the way just for this kebab. This may be the first one that I do not recommend coming out all the way for. But it was good. It was good. Like, don't get me wrong. It was good. Definitely worth a try. But will not change the way you perceive reality. To complete my own little character arc here, this is the first day of the trip where I went to 2 different kebab shops to film in the same day. They said it couldn't be done, but here we are. So you know what? Maybe I am built like that. Shehzade Jah Kebab, very special dinner because it has a horizontal rotisserie as you see in the video. They stab the kebab twice with a little skewer, then cut off the meat and then put it back on the grill to cook some more. One thing this place got going for itself is the vibe. The blue light in the old shopping arcade. I recommend coming at night. Alright, the big reveal. Nice. Looks super juicy on the video. To be honest, it wasn't as juicy in real life. First bite. Uh-oh. Little to no reaction. I'm not even looking at the camera. Okay, I'm looking at the camera. Okay, let's try it wrapped. You see, the meat is supposed to make the kebab. It's supposed to be the heart and the soul of the kebab, but the bread here was by far the best thing about this. What was the most shocking to me was that even though they cooked the meat on the rotisserie, they cooked the meat on the grill, they brought it to me directly, should have been hot and fresh and nice, it was cold. You know, I feel kind of scanned by all of these YouTubers coming here and raving about this place. This was the most 5 out of 10 kebab I had in a long time. Price list, quick. Okay, let me be honest. This one was just okay. Look, I'm not a food reviewer, not a food YouTuber or anything. I'm not gonna this is not false advertising, okay? This is not one that I recommend. It was okay. The best part about it was the bread. If you're in the area, it's close to it's in the historic center of town, close to the Grand Bazaar. So if you come here, I recommend you go to Shahin Usta and not this one. But if you are here and you want to try it, give it a try. You know, it's still a unique kebab. So I'm not telling you to not eat it, but I cannot confidently recommend it. Let's put it that way. But I don't want to ruin anybody's business. You know, I'm not trying to tell you to stay away from this place. Okay, at the time of recording this video, I only have 24 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure I know every single one of them personally, so it's not that I'm gonna ruin anybody's business anyways. But this is what you're gonna see a lot in Istanbul. So just for these little residents, these citizens of this city, it's worth it. Come to Istanbul.
Atlasın abi.
Hiç atlamasına gerek yok.
Atla.
Vallahi o parayı...
Dur bırak.
Zaten o parayı hak etti. Kudu atlamasa da o para onun.
Gel. Gel buraya gel. Adam 10 numara abi.
Atlamasa da o para senin.
Dur ayaklar ver.